All right, welcome back to In the Oven with Brad and Adam.
What up?
I definitely feel like we were in the oven this week when it comes to sickness. Both of us.
Man,
that cough.
running all over the country.
Is anyone else experiencing that black lung that's going around, I feel like? It's just like, it's like this cough, but like nothing really comes up from it half the time, you know? And it's just...
It's that word you can't say on here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably.
And 5G. Getting it at the same time.
But no, Adam and I got back from New Jersey. We went up there on this week to test out some new equipment for a new product that we're really excited about. It worked
Super
flawlessly.
Cool. Yes.
So I think that you'll probably see some more teasing of that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really excited about that. We're actually sending that same company samples of 4 other products today so that they can run them and see how they turn out. Very hopeful on that.
Exciting times.
If I told you, I truly believe it's going to change the trajectory of our company, just because it opens up things to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Night and day, man. Yeah, no, we're doing great. We're going to do big things. We're continuing to do big things, I guess I should say. But this is like, adding flavors and stuff is a continuation of a product. This is a new product that we're just geared to do very well. Our brand is going to hold on to very well, and is just a bigger opportunity, an even larger opportunity. So
yeah, and I think the way I look at it too is that like I will eat a cookie or 2 every week. That's probably all I'll do. However, these I would probably eat every day.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
they're delicious.
So, really excited about that. But in other news, I this week I also found out that my car is being lemon lawed.
Oh, got a lemon on your hands.
Yeah, I got a lemon. Adam and I were actually researching what exactly lemon law, like how did that term lemon come about?
Figured it had to be somebody's name, but it's not. What is it?
Yeah.
Tell them.
No, I mean, there's like, they don't really know.
Yeah.
But there's like 3 different slangs where it may have come from, but the most likely one is that when it said, oh, you passing off a lemon to someone, that meant you were passing off something that was subpar or inferior. And so then cars just started being called lemons whenever they were defective.
Like you thought you were getting an orange and oops, you got a lemon?
Yeah, because it's not I forgot, it's the Mossberg something Warranty Act.
Well, then that's like them sneaky citrus plants we got here where it like looks like it's a delicious fruit and then tastes like nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had those where they cross-pollinate?
Yeah.
Looks like a big orange and it tastes like literally nothing.
Speaking of cross-pollination, it's wild. You know, have you had like grapples before, like grape-flavored apples?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's some crazy other things, too, than just cross-pollination. But, yeah, the grapples, there's champagne strawberries. Those look super cool. They're like white.
The white, yeah, I had them.
They're delicious.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really expensive.
Yeah, they are.
It's like super expensive.
Bougie fruit.
I felt like I was at Publix and I was like, am I at Whole Foods? Like, what is it?
I need these, though. Yeah. So those are pretty neat, man. But yeah, lemon law. What are they doing? They're buying your car back? Yeah,
so they just said that they agreed to repurchase my car, and I was like, "What does that entail?" And the guy was like, "We'll give you all the information when it gets to us." So I think that they're probably going to present some kind of offer to buy my car back. From what I could read online, it kind of made me think that they give you the amount you paid for your vehicle minus a depreciation of mileage. And I mean, the way it looked like it was like essentially about like, I don't know, $500 per 1,000 miles. Yeah. So it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like 4,000 miles, they depreciate your vehicle like $2,000, $2,000 to $3,000.
Okay.
So
no big deal.
Right. And then you also get your money back for anything like window tinting.
Yeah.
I got ceramic coating.
You bought your car during the time where there were no cars available. So you paid high.
Yeah.
So you get high back, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the nice thing is...
now you got some choices.
Now you can...
Times are tight. Car dealers.
Yeah, you can haggle a lot more
Hell
now.
Yeah. Cool.
And there's actually some really good... No. There's some really good like finance rates for some of these vehicles new. Like they'll be like 4%, you know.
Kirsty and I got less than 4%. We're like 2 and change percent. Over 2.5, but under 3 recently.
Yeah.
Just good banking relationship, I guess.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, there's that too. So, it's like, I could take that cash and not necessarily utilize all of it and just to put up a payment, you know, if I wanted to like sink some more money into Fat and Weird.
Cash.
We got a lot of equipment coming in soon. So
cash is, cash right now is big.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities are available. Not a lot of people with money. So
yeah. So comment down below any recommendations for vehicles. I heard everything from Hyundai Palisades and Santa Fe's to Lexus GX550s to Defenders, you know, and then obviously a Jeep is still on the table.
Yeah.
You know,
Jeeps are nice.
I like my Jeep. I just
had problems with it.
Yeah, it had problems with it. You know, like I like the way it drives. I mean, it leaked water in it, and you know,
can't have that.
Yeah. So, but nothing that like, you know, I like the way it drives. I drove whatever. I like the, you know, the technology that's in there and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I have to make a decision. And also I just like don't know what the process is like. Like, are they going to be like, hey, next week we're coming to get your car, you know? Or is it going to be like tomorrow we're coming to get your car?
I'm sure there's a
Or is it like you have 2 months to
I'm sure
like
there's a gentle handoff of like go get yourself a new vehicle or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Should Jeep into another Jeep, you'd think they'd be like, here, take this other Jeep.
Right. That's what, you know, it's like, can I just give them a wish list and they just send me that Jeep?
There you go. Right. Yeah. Because they could absorb all the, all the baked in profits here and there.
Right. They don't lose anything really.
Right.
And then if I go directly through Jeep, the dealership's not even involved. So they wash all that stuff off too. So it's like,
step it up, y'all.
It's
just
like
improved your process.
Well, I mean, it's like giving someone a gift card versus giving them cash.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I don't know, but I don't make the decisions. I just have to live with them, I guess.
Yep. But you got some cool cars picked out.
Yeah, there's some nice vehicles out there that are not as expensive as my Jeep was. Mm-hmm. So, it's fine. It's just the monitor. It's what happens when you run cables like a mile around the thing, and they're like and they're all like connected in.
Wake up.
I mean, this is a morning podcast, so you should be awake.
I know, I should be awake.
Did you go to the gym this morning?
I did.
Oh, wow. Okay, I need to. I have not gone to the gym since Monday.
Well, yeah, I've been running on even more of a normal sleep deficit since our trip to Jersey.
Yeah.
We got bumped. You want to tell them about getting bumped on the way back?
Yeah, so we thought that we were going to make it home at like 9:30, get in bed at a decent time, and have this like great night's sleep. The flight even said leaving early. It literally had 5 or 10 minutes early. Said leaving early. We get on the plane, and eventually I'm like looking around. I'm like, everyone's on this plane, and we're not moving. And all of a sudden, probably 5 minutes later, the pilot comes out, and he's like, hey, so one of the overhead bins pistons that holds it in place broke,
shit ever.
And we can't leave with it broken. He's like, we can...
The door latch for the bags.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, we can't duct tape it up because if we hit turbulence, it could fall open.
Brad and I are both like, we'll just hold it.
Yeah, and he's like, and then we can't take it off because it's required to be on your flight.
Got to have all the doors.
So... yeah.
Unless you're that one plane.
Yeah, I guess that Alaskan Airlines or whatever.
They didn't need one of their doors.
But so we were like, great. And then you're like, and they said it's going to take about 2 hours to fix this.
Ooh.
You didn't hear that part?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he said that maintenance said it was going to take. So he said, so we're looking for you guys another plane, right?
I remember that. Yeah.
So then people literally start getting off the plane like right then. They're like, you can't get off the plane yet.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. As soon as they started saying there was even an issue, people were like getting off the plane. Like, where the hell are y'all going?
Yeah.
What are y'all walking home? Like,
right. I don't know. It's like you're just going to get off the plane
in
and go
New Jersey. You're going to Georgia. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, Atlanta, going to Panama City.
Oh, yeah, we were in Atlanta, going to Panama City.
But, I mean, they got off the plane to go sit in a seat outside the plane. Yeah. Like, it doesn't really make sense. But either way, finally, after another 10 minutes, they told us that they had found a new plane. We all deplaned, kind of stood around that gate until they were like, okay, your new gate is this gate. Then Ab and I walked over to the new gate, and there was no plane there.
Nope.
And we were like, cool.
Yeah, at that point, I'd already checked out, man. I've been stuck in Atlanta so many times. I was like, all right, screw it. We're going to be here.
Yeah.
But they actually, I mean, they pulled it together pretty quickly, I think.
I think so. I mean, by 10:30, instead of leaving we were supposed to leave at 8:55. By 10:30, we left.
Yep.
But that just meant that we didn't get home until like after 11 o'clock. because I know it sounds weird, 10:30 when we plane left, but we get an hour time back, and the flight to Atlanta is literally about an hour from on and off. So we left at 10:30. We landed in Panama City at 10:30, and then we didn't have any checked bags. We just huffed it out of there, and we were home about 11:15. Yeah.
11:15.
So, but yeah, it's that's kind of one of those things that just like you start making plans in your mind for like, oh, I'm gonna get in bed at 9:30.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna get this good night's rest. And both of us were feeling like crap from
we've had that
traveling
cough
and the
everything
cough.
else, and then I wake up so damn early every morning. Even this morning, I was up ridiculously early, so I'm just running on a sleep deficit. But
Yeah.
get caught up on the weekend, hopefully. Oh, different topic.
Yep.
Liam wants to start a business.
Oh, what business?
He is going to go around and collect mail for people and bring it to their door from like the centralized.
Oh,
hubs.
yeah.
Came up with it on his own. I didn't even ask him. He's working on a little business plan thing that he found. I'm super proud dad. He's even trying to work up like a little logo. So his name, Liam backwards, mail. So he's kind of got this like little. I'm like, dude, you're so cool.
Yeah, that is really
Cool.
clever.
Yeah, I was legit. What do you want to call it?
Yeah, just proud.
Yeah, well, proud, but also like, oh man, this kid is cool, you know. So I was like, neat. Anyways,
Yeah. So is he just gonna go like canvas door to door?
He's already got a couple of signups. I'm definitely gonna run my mouth, but yeah, folks around the neighborhood. I don't know what all he's charging. I told him to work out some prices and why he felt like he should justify those prices. So he's kind of kicking the tires on that, learning about that a little bit today, and. Then going to go around and do like either a weekly or a monthly kind of subscription service. So I don't know. We're going to research, make sure, I'm sure the mail, there's some like rule, but whatever. We'll figure it out.
I don't think there's any
I don't
rule.
think there's anything. If you have their permission, I think you can check anybody's mail.
Right, but you're not opening anything. You're just taking it to the door.
Right. Yeah. So
whatever.
take it out of the box, take it to their door, do something special with it. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
get all that worked out. It's all news. Came to me yesterday, or came to him. So,
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. What was the pricing like on that?
I don't know.
Thing? So
I don't know. I mean, it's a
it's a volume game for sure.
It's a volume game, but it's also a service. Saves people a lot of time. You got to walk all the way down to the end of the road. We don't check the mail every day because of that. I don't like where it is. It's silly. I don't walk past it. I don't go over there.
So you're gonna do like a daily check plan?
I don't know.
3 times a week.
Yeah,
check
maybe
plan?
an amount of times a week.
I mean, I'd love to spit some ideas towards
yeah,
him.
I don't know, man. We'll see. So I kind of want to let him come up with it and see what he comes up with. That's the fun part of it. I've been doing this so damn long that, I can come up with a million ways to do it. I want to see what he can do. So
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, just proud.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool. That is
Good job, Liam. I know you'll see this.
No, I mean, just entrepreneur spirit right there.
Yeah, and the fact that, there's a lot to it, because again, I don't care what people want to pursue, but when your first step is like putting in the work, whatever that is, even if it's like preparing yourself or whatever, but like most people just want to watch a bunch of videos. I mean, zone out and watch other people do things and it's easy to say, like, I want to start a business. Look at this video I watched versus, like, I'm kind of trying to create a logo. He's just learning, not knocking it. He's got room to work, grow there. But this, and then I'm, going to do this. I was like, okay, cool, man. You got some work cut out for you. You're ready for it. I'm sure, you're still going to be a kid and want to quit or give up at something maybe, but I don't know. I like it.
Next thing you know, he's going to build a franchise model where all these homes that have...
Love it. Well, man, you never know. Like the first guy to go into an HOA and offer like trash can cleaning services. And now, dude, I know one guy that makes millions doing that. He's got trucks that go in there and just like grab the can and like wash it.
Yep.
Charges like $20. I don't know if it's a month. I don't know what. It's not much. He gets them in the areas he gets the landscape contracts for anyways.
Right.
Even portering services of like HOAs and apartment communities getting rid of them big trash compactors that have issues, and like people will just go around every day and collect the trash out of smaller bins. it kind of prevents people from throwing away too much trash. It also allows for the apartment complex to collect additional revenue in the form of excess trash.
Right. Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's kind of weird, you know, to think.
Well,
that, like,
I mean, how many homes are in Sweet Bay? Like 3,000?
I don't know.
I think
know.
it's going to get to 3,000 or 4,000 when they're finally done.
sure.
But let's just say there's 3,000. If he could just get 100 people to sign up at $5 a week, $500 a week.
Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah, be crushing it.
Yeah.
So
we'll see, man. We'll let you know.
Is part of his homeschooling, creating a business plan and business stuff? Okay.
So
and this is school credit for him,
right? And so, you know, my wife and I are big with the unconventional stuff. Of course, he still has to learn all the conventional stuff, but yeah, just how to learn, man. Like, so it's like, yeah, figure something out. So he kind of figured out that need on his own by Kirsty or I sending him to go get the mail.
Yeah.
He's like, I bet other people put it together himself. He's like, I bet other people have this.
Yeah.
They may not have a kid. They may not, whatever. And I'm just like, boom.
Well, I mean,
that's entrepreneurism right there.
Right.
It's like that. Yep. Whatever
you
you
find a hole in the
recognized.
market. Yeah.
Whatever you recognized right there. So just, I want to let that thing be like little baby Groot, see what it grows into. You know?
I mean, that's awesome. I know,
it's cool.
I really am impressed.
You know, when I was young, I did random stuff like that. I didn't do anything. I always just kind of catered to what I had around me. So like, I was the kid that was like going to the gas station, buying candy and selling it at school, or like, you know, doing shit like that, burning CDs when that was, I mean, I guess that was illegal, but you know what I mean? Burning CDs for people, like $5. So that's cool that he, you know, sees a little opportunity to make money.
And I mean, to me, it's like obvious that my heart's always about business mentorship, because as soon as you told me, I'm like, I want to help him.
Yeah.
I want to figure out.
Yeah.
But I know we got to let him figure out some of the stuff on his own. But when he gets there, I definitely want to bounce, you know, some different things off of him, because I think it'd be a really cool program to implement. So
yeah.
Now you got to figure out how to bill him, POS system, all that stuff. So whether he's gonna do some kind of app type thing, the fee on there, you know?
Yeah, probably
like
keep
Square,
it. Yeah,
you know,
maybe, you know, just he'll have to figure it out.
Yeah. Exciting.
Million ways to do it, you know?
Yeah, we'll update you on the progression of this as it goes on. So if you've got a big neighborhood with a mailbox,
you know, well, think about it, man. We'll put some stuff out there, but you know, just like encourage your kids, man. Encourage your kids to do anything they can. It's a new world, and it's amazing what, you know, some of these kids out here are doing. So,
yeah, I think I was telling you the story when we were in the Atlanta airport. These like 19-year-old kids that invented, you know, how, like taxis in New York have like the display signs on top of them. Mm-hmm. Well, they invented display signs that people could put on top of Ubers that could just like, they magnetized on top of it. And it was like all self-contained. So that way, like when you're driving for Uber, you could put it on top of your car and you could make extra money from like ad revenue. And cool. And those guys ended up selling to Uber for like $1 billion or something crazy like that. And it's like these 19-year-old kids that just saw this idea. It's like, well, you know, which I honestly get to the point now where it's like, every car could have one on top of it, and then ad revenue could be paid.
Now the test is, can you do it again?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Do you need to do it again if you made $1 billion?
I don't know, but the trend seems to be, you know,
and
with
Uber
all these
hired
people, them. Yeah, with these people that I see on online, these gurus that like make, okay, cool, boom, you made $40 million selling your company. Now you have a course because you did it once. Like, sweet. I did a backflip one time. Now I'm teaching you how to do backflips. Let me show you my step-by-step of how I did a backflip one time. And it's like, well, hold on there, Chip, you know? So, like, that's kind of one of the things that, you know, we always talk about the entrepreneurism stuff. And, you know, we look at one-offs. And I'm not taking away great. Home run. A home run is great. But you don't build a team around a guy that did a home run one time.
Right.
So, like, I do find it funny, and I just to provide clarity on here, that like just because somebody did something cool once doesn't mean they know what they even did to get there. There's so many accidental businesses. I mean, you know the amount that I've even consulted for where it was just an accidental business. I have no idea how I got here. And the worst part is when they don't recognize that they don't know how they got there. Like, I think I built this, but fuck, I don't know what I did to get here, but I'm here. So it feels like the shit could fall apart at any moment. You know, it's when you got to start driving the pylons in the ground, building the systems. You're here. You can't let, you know, so I'm thinking of a few people very specifically on the internet space without that, I'm not trying to shoot shots at, but it's just like you have these such strong opinions on how everyone else is acting wrong and you made some money in crypto or some other, and it's just like, bro, stop.
Yeah. I mean, I personally feel like social media has become the biggest hustling,
It's so
almost
bad.
like sharking scene that I've ever seen. Everyone now is a business coach and all this stuff. And like most of them have never even built a business themselves. And that's not saying that you can't be a good business coach without building a business, but it is saying that you have some blind spots.
It means that if you're online telling anybody ever, I mean, like, if you haven't had people call you, possibly from the other side of the world, panicking, asking for your advice, asking, dude, I need your help. What do I do? Da 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 da. If you haven't had real people in the real world do that to you, then nobody really respects your business acumen. Not enough to be the guy that gets that call. So if you're online going like, I'm a dude, da 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 da, you're kind of just like, I don't know. Superman doesn't claim he's Superman. Everybody else does, or so to speak, I guess,
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of like, I'm the best. And it's like, put up your track record. I mean, I told you I was at a conference where I was getting hyped up as, my skill set. This guy does this, this, and this. The dude was so nice and in no way offended or whatever, but literally told me what he billed a quarter. And it was like, I'd be happy to do that in a couple of years, probably.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, we're not the same. I wasn't the one going like, I'm amazing. This guy was like, you need to meet this guy, Brandon. He does what you do. You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of, da-da-da, this is my company. This is who we work for. I was like, holy shit, dude, those are big. He's like, yeah, they do this. I was like, wait, what does that work out to be? He's like, oh, da-da-da, a quarter. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Not really. No, I mean, I was super humble about it. But yeah, you see these people out there, man. Cool. You had Bitcoin at the right time, or, maybe you did a good, maybe you had a great, I'm not knocking anything. You built a successful, I don't know, whatever. But there are a lot of variables, You've seen where, like, great job at being in the game at that time.
Yeah.
Or doing this one thing at that time, like you had crypto at this time, or you had to play it to get it. But we've talked about this before. Did you know were you using your business skills? Were you using your skills to make the decision that you made, or did you just make it? Did you listen to someone else? That's what I see a lot of. I know guys that did a lot of they made some good money with some of that, whatever dumb money that. Buying all the random stocks all the freaking time. Yeah. And those people that actually made money on that, they literally are following other people like on a chat.
Yeah.
One of them now tells people how to trade stocks. And it's like, you may have learned, I guess, but you made your money, which is much less actual money than he claims he made, but you made your money literally following someone else's advice.
Right.
So now, unless you have the ability to middleman that advice for a fee, you don't have any skills.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I mean that's
the internet for you. Like,
yeah,
it's
I was gonna
crazy.
say people feed off of the insecurities that you're not doing enough, you're not making enough money, and all those things, and they, they use that as leverage to make you go, oh shoot, I need to start drop shipping, or I need to start trading. I need to start doing this because
what you guys need to do? You guys
need
to sign up for my course and give me $5,000.
Yeah.
You won't get anything out of it, but you won't get anything out of anybody else's. If you want me to just sit around and be like, get hype, yeah.
My favorite,
make money, Lambos, skirt.
People that make money selling courses. And the course is about how to make money selling courses. And so it's
that's
like
what it should be about. Yeah.
But it's a self-fulfilling thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I make money because I'm selling you a course about how to make money selling a course.
Yeah, Warren Buffett ain't got no courses.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
I mean,
Elon Musk.
The big dogs out there that are doing the things that these other people would like have you believe they are doing are too busy doing them to sign up for it's $49.99 or whatever. And if it's under, I mean, no, dude, these people's time.
Well, yeah. Another thing I was going to say too is like, if you were making so much money doing your main thing, you would view making a course and all this as a distraction that was not worth your time.
Right.
So to be doing a course is just like either you're just super money hungry, in my opinion, or if
you really, I don't know. It's there's nothing new. There's no new information. Nobody out there's, if you've read some of the older material, some of the older books, I say older, Neil Hill, any of those, I mean, just, if it's on paperback and you've read it, there's nothing new coming out. Now, on one side of the coin, sometimes old things said new ways feel new, so they get a new audience. Sometimes, just like you may have fans that want to see you say it, or they would just be more receptive to you saying it or somebody else. So that's fine. But it's really just a hoorah course, because it's 2024. Anything you want to know is out there, how to do it for free. The only kind of thing that people continue to think is that there's a secret. Well, there's before everybody's doing it, like if you were one of the first people drop shipping, it's like first cookie come when you don't have any competitors.
Right.
But then if you don't develop the skills, that's why businesses are constantly going out of business all the time. So I guess my hang up with courses is they're always catered towards naive people, employees usually, or the worst, struggling business owners that think they can give you that last couple dollars because they're looking for a lifeline when really they're not getting one.
Well, yeah, I said this before in a previous podcast, but like I saw a girl who was like how to do an online baking business type thing, and she sold a course. And in one of her videos, she talked about how she made 5 times more money selling her course than she did on her baking business.
Sure.
And so then you start to think, would your baking business even be viable if you didn't need it to sell your course? And then, so it just turns into a situation where it's just like, you're selling someone else a dream that you're not even getting. You don't have a baking business that's floating you. You're having to sell a course to float it, So
yep. There's a lot of that in real estate. A lot of that in specifically, and this is another, it's on the commercial multifamily side too, but on the Airbnb, like the things that feel attainable, again, to the kind of naive employee that's sitting there that's like, oh, I could jump through all these hoops to not make any wealth, not really get any of the positive upsides on real estate. I don't know. So it's just like, yeah, you could make some money, but like that's not a waste of time, but yeah, it just feels predatory. It feels like they're probably going to fail, and you're just collecting their money.
Right. It's the opposite of what you can do if you're opening a franchise, right? The SEC, if you had a bunch of franchises failing, they would step in and be like, shut you down. So, but because this is the online Wild West, people can kind of do whatever.
Yeah, and you can get a lot of bad advice. I hear a lot of TikTok accounting advice. I hear a lot of TikTok business advice, some of which is borderline illegal. And then somebody else will stitch over it like, oh, that's true. I verified it. It's like, who the heck are you?
Oh, yeah.
New random person in the video. Like, oh, man, dude, there's just some compounding shit that you think you can form an LLC and you're just immune to taxes. So that's not the case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
I'm just saying, and then if you are out there putting it, this is just because we're on the same topic. If you're out there going, basically just telling the world how you're using your company as a frickin' shell game to keep your ass out of a sling if somebody gets hurt, is going to be weaponized vehemently against you by the opposing counsel.
Yeah.
For sure. So prepare to lose.
I've watched enough Suits to know that.
For putting that out there,
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I've watched enough Suits to know that's
Just
legit.
anything like this is how I am. They're gonna show it and be like, "This dude's a dick."
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those videos too, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Oh,
well.
hopefully you don't ever have an accident occur anywhere in your organization.
So yeah, now I guess we can pivot over towards some more fat and weird related content. So we've rolled out now in the Cold Stone locations officially. Right. I say officially because we rolled out to them. They had the product, but then they decided that they needed to go through like a longer training phase. Yeah. And so they didn't really actually roll out until this week, which when you're watching this, they rolled out, right before then. So for Valentine's Day, if you're looking for something fun to do, stop by a Cold Stone, do a fat and weird cookie and ice cream combo at the locations that we've mentioned in other posts and stuff. So
coming soon, y'all. Coming across America soon.
Yep. And then also, I know that we're going to be doing take and bake at the pizza place soon.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know the details of that. I don't know if you do. So
they're a little dicey. Yeah. So we don't, not dicey. I guess that's not the right word. We don't have an official start date. We still got to jump through some hoops. I believe that's what Christian was on the phone with one of them today, kind of getting those T's crossed. But yeah. That's super exciting. That's going to be really good for our wholesale product. The take and bake ability of it is just insane. And then if we can get on their menu, even more cookies moved.
Yeah, and then we're still working through some stuff with Hershey's, but hopefully, Hershey's in Hershey's like the Hershey Chocolate World in Hershey, Pennsylvania, Niagara Falls, Times Square, and Las Vegas, we'll have our cookies sometime in the next 90 days, I would hope, is what we're aiming for. I think Christian has a meeting with them today, so that's another avenue that our cookies will be out there.
Big chunk of cookies.
And then this next week, DoorDash is finally starting to like roll out their locations.
Yes.
So we'll be working our way through some DoorDash fulfillment and locations.
And just a reminder, that's on top of Dash Mart. So they're they sound similar, but they're two different companies. So it'll basically double our footprint.
Right. So there's the similar amount of locations to DoorDash and Dash Mart. The only nice thing about DoorDash is the delivery radius is much larger. Yep. I don't remember what Dash Mart's is like 15 miles and DoorDash is like 50 miles or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something ridiculously big.
Yeah, Dash Mart is like speed. They're all about the speed, kind of versatile options, but not too many. And then, Dash Mart or DoorDash is your normal kind of dasher option.
Right. We met some girls in the airport when we were sitting in the lounge that were talking to us that were from Kentucky.
That's right.
And they were saying that they use Dash Mart sometimes to order stuff because they can get it so much quicker than on DoorDash. That. So they said like DoorDash would be like 45 minutes to an hour, but Dash Mart would be 25 minutes, so they can get food in 25 minutes. Yep. So that's rolling out into 140 cities.
That's right.
So I don't know. I don't know what the rollout's like. Do you have any idea?
No, they said it's going to come in waves. So they say we'll just see it on weekly volume. So, instead of just Dash Mart, it'll be DoorDash and Dash Mart. So.
Right. And then, so for people to open up their DoorDash apps, before you had to type in Dash Mart, go into Dash Mart to order Fat and Weird cookies. Now, if you type in Fat and Weird cookie, it's going to be like you're ordering it on DoorDash.
Right.
There'll be a Fat and Weird location somewhere, which is wherever their distribution center for our cookies is going to be, because we'll ship it to them, and then they'll deliver it from there. And so you'll be able to get a cookie quickly.
That's right. Or you can swing by a Cold Stone.
Yep.
Or Papa Murphy's. Or the grocery store.
Yep. Well, Myers.
Yep.
So I know that
I should have prices here shortly. Once
we were talking about the delay in that. Like Myers was supposed to pick up in December, and here we are in February, and they haven't picked up. They blame logistics in December, and then all of January, it felt like we were dealing with the middleman who was supposed to get it, and it was just not going well. So finally, we brought in our own middleman, and we are just shipping it to that middleman who's going to take it up to all the Myers locations.
Jumping through hoops.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yes.
So we're literally just waiting on pricing to make sure that the food distributor agrees to foot the bill for us shipping all that stuff up there. So
fun stuff, y'all.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts right now.
Hurry up and wait.
A lot of moving. You got accounts receivable, accounts payable, and you're just like juggling everything.
Yep.
So
we've got a meeting with the
accountant after this. Yeah. So talk about our P&Ls and cash flow and
all of it. Fun stuff.
So that's the stuff that I don't like as much, you know. I actually like the stuff like we did when we went up to New Jersey and we tested that
R&D.
kind of stuff in there.
Yeah,
I like R&D. I was the one that used to R&D like all the flavors.
Yep.
I like that. I like the actual process of like making the cookies. Like I enjoy that. Mm-hmm. I don't enjoy the admin work, and it seems like as your company grows, you hire people to do the fun jobs, and then you're stuck with the admin work.
Money.
Yeah. Well, and it's like trust, right? Because there's certain levels of allowing people in.
Yeah, well, just
things.
at the top, man, you're keeping everybody in their lanes, making sure your accountants, like currently, I mean, our accountant's great, but just like every accountant I've ever worked at, they will get so in the weeds so that within $500, there's a $500 in discrepancies on our P&L. So it's over a week late he doesn't know where $500 went. Bro, you know how much money we bring in. I'm not worried about it. Figure that out after I've already gone through it.
Right.
Well, so it's like, we'll just have to go over that type of stuff with him. It's like, they want to be so, and it's, they're math guys, they're nerds, whatever. I'm not hating, but it's like, I understand how clear you want to be, but I don't give a shit. We spin it, cool.
Yeah, put it over in the bucket.
I mean, find out, but it doesn't need to hang me up.
Yeah.
If you come back to me and tell me I spent $500 on erasers, I'm gonna be very confused, but cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
We got spent. I can't get it back. There's no recalling it, but I know how much we have going forward and stuff. And so just, again, keeping the accountant in the accountant lane. Nope, don't be doing that. Hey, logistics, I need you focused over here. Whoop, I know you're getting tugged. Come back over. That's just, that's what you're doing all the time.
Yeah, I feel like that's what our weekly meeting is on Friday, is sometimes to refocus people and to get them in the right thing. And then I implemented these like sync sessions that we do twice a week now. They're scheduled for an hour, but they usually only last like 15 to 20 minutes. And it's like to give a chance for everyone to make sure that they're getting the proper help on projects they need, to let other people kind of know like why they maybe don't respond right away because of like what they're working on and stuff like that. No, I'm really bad about that. Like I'll text someone and like not expect it, but just, I guess expect it. Yeah, truthfully. I just think that I'm going to get a response like in the next 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to call them,
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. Well, we've got a remote team, y'all, too. So sometimes folks are in different time zones and areas, and sometimes here, but still.
Yeah. So that's been a learning curve for me, is just, showing that transparency to what people's working on. Because I think when you do that, then people are less upset when things take longer to get to them, because they're like, oh man, he's slammed because he's redoing this whole thing right now. So unless Brad relays that this is a priority over what he's doing, I'm going to be behind whatever he's working on.
And it just keeps me top of mind and knowing kind of what our staffing needs are and where we've got holes in either our current employees or future employees and all that. So it's good stuff.
In other news, we're headed up to Georgia at the end of this month.
That's right.
For an install on some equipment.
Big stuff.
I actually talked to them today. They have an empty room that's 20,000 square feet. This is like wild to me whenever we think about this kind of stuff. An empty room, but it can be a freezer. It is a freezer room, and it's 20,000 square feet. And I'm just mind blown by that, because I felt like I was building a huge facility here when I built a 10,000 square foot facility.
Well, I mean, I know, and we've talked about this here, but like that. Justin's old facility, bro. Like, how small of a world is it that, like, my friend, and he even knew I came over here, was congratulations, you're going to love the food business, da-da-da-da-da. Like, how small world is that shit?
Yeah. The co-packers know his friend. So
no, that was his whole facility. He owned all that before.
Yeah.
So it's wild that they took it over,
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, I mean, I don't know how big that facility is. I know the whole Pillsbury plant's like 180,000 square feet.
Yeah.
But this facility has to be close to 100,000 square feet.
They got a spare 20,000 square foot room.
Freezer, yeah. So I'm really excited to go check out their facility and see what we can do in the future with help of someone that has way more storage than we have.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, 20,000 square feet, I don't know how many pallets you can store, but it's a lot.
Yeah, Ryan's building that 40,000 square foot freezer out there in Utah.
For what?
That's what part of their expansion.
Oh, really?
They're expanding.
Yeah.
So I think he said next year.
Wow. 40,000.
40,000. That's how big it's going to be.
I thought
right now it's like 10 or 12.
I thought when we were adding on to our building, we were going to add a 4,000 square foot freezer, that we were like adding some freezer space, and it's like.
Well, then you get in the freezer game and then you realize that, like, I mean, fish, like, can't ever be less than frozen.
Right.
Ice cream, transportation, when then you get in the frozen game, you're like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah, the business plan, which you brought up, and Killian, who does some of our food safety work as a consultant, brought up, is that like a lot of people are getting into like cold storage as like you can store your cold storage here at our facility. It's a monthly cost to store it here, and then so we hold it because a lot of these people are like, I need more production room, so I don't want to take up all this floor.
Very interesting.
So just
well, and cost to build and cost for power. As you scale, right? Y'all, I don't know whether y'all have ever had to quantify any of this, but as you scale, even your cost to produce gets looked at from the how much you pay for power and how much you pay for gas to operate at certain scales. And you damn better believe you will move all the way across the country for fractions of operational costs when you're running that big, that many watts, that much juice.
Yeah.
Even labor rates. What's the average labor rate for the workforce of the area? I mean, you're factoring in all kinds of stuff at that point.
So just to bring that into perspective, like when we were ordering our boxes, we ordered them overseas. When we ordered them in the U.S. just to try to sample them out, the quality actually wasn't as good. And on top of that, they were $1 more expensive. And I know a lot of people are like, well, $1, that's not really that big of a deal.
Yes, it
is. It is when you're shipping out anywhere from 500 to 1,000 orders every week.
Yes.
So that $1 now is $500 to $1,000 a week.
Well, yes, and it's, it's not all nice and neatly packaged where you can just say it's per order. I mean, we're going to get damaged boxes. We're going to damage boxes. We're going to accidentally, we're going to have returns. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. So our operational cost per box has to be as low as possible because we're going to several.
Right.
So it's just incumbent upon us. I mean, everything, sourcing material. Obviously, we're perishable foods. We can't source our ingredients or anything like that from overseas. But our packaging, we have to do it from food safe facilities. It
still hasn't meet all the criteria and stuff, but it's interesting that the price difference so much. The only thing that was a better deal is we did get some just like cardboard printed boxes, way cheaper
because of shipping.
Yeah. It's really because
global
logistics
and
tariffs, shipping and tariffs, So, but
Mexico will be getting spun up. They actually did. They beat China in pace last year.
Oh, really?
In production, they're up like 21% or something.
Yeah,
global manufacturing.
Well, I know you've dealt a lot with Mexico before. I have not. Like you were dealing with them with that tequila brand.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I have not really.
Great, easy to work with. Same time zone. So
How do you find these people? Because Alibaba is where I find
forums. Forums. Import Yeti, big one. Go on Import Yeti if y'all don't know about that. If you're ever looking for a brand of a company, Import Yeti they've got free options. You can do it through the custom site, but you can just literally like go where do they import this shit?
Yeah.
And then it'll tell you.
Yeah, I know. I've used Import Yeti before. You can pull up a brand and you can literally see like how many shipments they got and all that stuff.
Just look up the code on the back, what country it's from, find that. You can usually find those pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But so that'll get you in contact. Sometimes you'll find a broker, an import broker. That's how I found the ceramic deal from before. But anyways.
Yeah. No,
internet.
I always find that fascinating because a lot of people want to start their own businesses and they want to learn, and so where do you go to find sourcing? And I think Alibaba has always been the places that a lot of people will go to try to source like clothing and random stuff from China. I think
Alibaba sucks. It just does. There's just so much trash on there, dude.
Right.
It's like
it's really hard to filter through like what's good and what's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on Import Yeti. Find a shirt you like. Get the tag. Go on Import Yeti, type that in, find the country that's listed with that tag in it, Get their WhatsApp and text them.
Yeah.
They'll get right back to you.
Yeah, because you found some really.
Oh, I find everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just literally, and they don't care. When you get over there, man, like, oh yeah, some made in the USA brands that have accessories that they don't expressly say are made, but yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that was all from when you were doing your clothing company.
yeah, Kilopounds. Yeah, for
so.
sure. And then it just was fun. And then because I knew how, even with the gym, like when we'd run shirts, even after we closed it, we still had it going for the gym going for a while. Yeah, we'd just run them from overseas, or we'd like some kind of cool print. And
Right.
It, and so.
Well, there you go. Now
Fun
you can start and source your own.
Yeah, we could do a show about that. That's pretty easy. Both of us know how to do that.
Yeah.
You've got some experience. So
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
I mean, I used Alibaba to source my boxes and packaging.
Yeah,
and
they're
stuff like
all
that.
on there too, but it's just like no matter who you go to, it looks like they're, oh man, you make those?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
nope.
What I always did though for every single one is just had samples sent right away. Negotiated that samples, if you paid for them, which a lot of times you can get some free samples, but and just have to pay shipping. But if you paid for samples, then it was going to come off of the big order whenever you ordered and things like that. So there's a lot of ways around that. So we could definitely talk about if people are interested in hearing about that. I know Caroline that owns Posh and Posy, it's Aubrey's friend, was asking me like she wanted to source her own sunglasses, like to have like Posh and Posy branded sunglasses and stuff. So
the fact, all right, here's a business idea. If this isn't one, all these girls that want to have these boutiques, why isn't somebody just made like a franchise, but not really a franchise, like here? And it's just like a club of like, here's the different brandable shit. Like because they have low MOQ manufacturers all over the place. So if you want like Hello Sunshine Boutique, well, all you need to order is 20 glasses, and here's where it is. And you could put like nothing on a glass,
right.
per.
Yeah.
They're going to sell them for $30. They're going to cost you like $4.
yeah. So just
you get it in
middleman
for
it,
$6, $7.
Well, it's kind of like the print
Bulk
on
volume
demand type thing.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like print on demand. You just do the little bit of middlemaning work, but you could probably automate most of that. But just like, hey, here's where we're getting the spring dresses from. Pick the ones you like. And then you would have like a volume buy for all the stores.
Right.
Like a network.
Right.
Boutique network.
Well, yeah, and then it would be just like a meal prep type company where it's like all your orders have to be in by this date. So
and then everybody gets their stock.
Yeah.
You could have one hub, whichever one of y'all's.
So they kind of
famous, whatever, however y'all.
So in Dallas, there is the boutique market that happens like every month or something like that.
Type shit. Is it like one in Atlanta?
Well, those markets, those people are like the middleman, I feel like.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's the old. So Atlanta has one. Several of them have them. They call them like the Mart or the something. But yeah, you'll go there and it'll be like the plug on like silver chains or whatever they have, right? But all industries, furniture stores. Yeah, but that was like before the internet. Now there's the internet.
Right.
I don't need you. I don't need your retail space. I don't need any of that. Just we can Apple Vision Pro our way into your Mart.
That's true. No, I mean, great idea. So if you're out there and you like sourcing or you own a boutique, I've always said that boutiques should just do volume buys from overseas because like some of their shirts, like their margins are not as good as people think they are because they're being
but they can't volume buy because they don't
times.
know each. Well, they think they're all competitors, but they're not. And really, you could do it. I mean, you could even do the Angie's List model and just do like one per town or be like, hey, I won't let your, but then that'd be a lot to. So really, you probably just do it like, behind the scenes. Hey, we have a bulk merchant account. We have a bulk this account. We have a done. You should be able to skim the difference and make plenty of money.
There you go. There's your business plan.
Bang.
So, all right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of In the Oven. We are going to sign out because I have to.
Got to get to work. Got to go meet an accountant.
Yeah, got to go meet the accountant. So, you're worth it. Do hard shit.